Hi everyone, today me and Tim are here to discuss the number one AI podcast summarizer, Article X, and showing you a little bit about why this tool is really just taking off right now.
We're super excited because we've tried to lay out a tool that not only takes your content and makes it into an article that you could publish today. It's so much different than platforms that you see out there that just use ChatGPT 5, 3.5, and the article is like a transcription and it's not usable, in my opinion, as a published content. With our platform, we've pulled in lots of different AI tools to make one compelling article that you can actually publish right away.
Yeah, this technology is really new and interesting, but yeah, let me get into it. So to sign up, all you got to do is go to articlex.com. You actually get a 7-day free trial. Just sign up free, put in your email, name, password, and then you can start your free trial basically. And once you sign
What's
in, you'll be going to what you're saying, Tim?
Well, I was going to say one thing that's pretty cool that we've kind of been featured in Forbes, Entrepreneur Inc., Business Insider, all the top tier publications are talking about it because we're able to give you a tool that is usable and it really creates less work for the content creators on your team.
Oh yeah, I mean a lot less work. I mean some people have to pay like $50,000 salaries to basically do the work. That's pretty much automated of Article X. And we're not talking about ChatGPT. Like this is some really cool AI technology that actually understands the context of videos. Um,
Right. And it
but
does
yeah,
it for $5 an article, which is unheard of.
yeah, unheard of. Um, But yeah, you have your own little dashboard to see how many tokens you got, how your articles are going. You actually have a way to do automation, so you could like even put in like your uh, Apple Podcast profile, and then anytime you post a new Apple Podcast, it'll automatically turn that into an article and go into your dashboard. But you can see I did a couple articles actually recently, but it's really easy to use. I mean, all you got to do is go to the Apple Podcast that you published, grab the URL, hit generate. I'm going to select Apple Podcasts. So we actually have different alternatives. So if you're trying to summarize a YouTube video, YouTube short, Instagram Reel, we have integrations with that as well. We focus on Apple Podcasts. So we'll do Apple Podcasts. What is this about? How to make networking less awkward. I think it was by NPR. Anyway,
I need to read that.
well, I'll make it pretty easy for you. All you got to do is put in the URL, press generate, and you're going to have a full length article come in about like 5 minutes. But we actually already finished the article, ready to go. But you can see it has H1 tags, H2 tags. This isn't like a normal ChatGPT article. It actually quotes different stuff from the podcast. So it will listen to this entire podcast and take in that full context, which it actually understands, and turn that into an article. So it actually makes bullet points, tells actionable steps of the tips they gave. To be a croissant, yeah, that's definitely not something ChatGPT came up with.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love that it goes and gets into the weeds and really gives you the details of what's in the actual podcast. And if you're like me, I don't love sitting and listening to an hour podcast, but I do love digesting great content. And this is a great tool just to even digest content if you're a real learner.
So, yeah, it says Samuel introduces the concept of being a croissant rather than a bagel in networking solutions. This metaphor describes the difference between closed off groups, bagels, and open, welcoming circles, croissants. Interesting. But that's a tip that, if you probably asked ChatGPT to write an article about how to make networking less awkward, you're just going to get a bunch of regurgitated, boring information. You're not going to get any human elements of insights, tips, or really an understanding of someone's own experiences or insights.
Well, I think that's what's cool about the platform too, is this is taking a podcast from an expert in this area and basically putting in his words into writing that you can actually publish. And these are things that Google's looking for. They want to see an image, they want to see bullet points, they want to see an embed with the video or the audio.
The
That's
embed's
all in
huge.
this.
I
So,
mean,
yeah.
think about now you have almost like this cycle of people who, well, I mean, this article can now rank on Google, right? And now those people visiting your website can now visit your podcast. Let's say they really like this article and they want to learn more. Now they can, listen to the full length podcast, and that's for getting you views on your podcast as well.
Right. You're expanding your online audience with SEO. It's pretty
But
awesome.
again, I mean, pretty easy to just copy and paste. So you just hit this copy to clipboard button, and now I can just take that into my WordPress or any other popular CMS. I actually have integrations with WordPress that you can instantly publish just by clicking a button as well.
Right. It's a very cool and incredible tool. What I love is that it generates these articles in a matter of minutes. So less than 5 minutes, you've got an article ready to publish that could even be in your CMS and already published in 5 minutes with no editing needed. Now, I would suggest looking at these articles before you publish them, but that's my personal opinion. And some other people may not care because once you've seen it do it enough, you're like, oh yeah, I trust it. It's going to really create a great article for me.
Yeah, I mean, you could have a few edits here and there, but like, it's not like your average ChatGPT article, which is just complete horrible. It has, real insights, real information, real tips from an actual person. And even if you're doing it like your own podcast, I mean, it's basically your voice that's translated into an article. We're just kind of
Yep.
transforming your insights into another medium that you can use to have people who like prefer reading over watching or listening.
Yep. I think it's definitely a tool that should be in your tool belt if it's not already. Go check it out, articlex.com. Sign up for a 7-day free trial. Cost you nothing to check it out. If you're not happy, make sure you contact us directly. We'll try to make sure we make it right for you. And obviously, we'd love your feedback either way. But we're pretty pumped about the product, and a lot of other people have been pretty happy. So go check it out today.
Yep, definitely check out this podcast summarizer. Thanks for joining us today, guys. See ya.